they said I'm not allowed to make a speech without Turkish music going on in the background. So could you make some Turkish music background?
Fries Turkish delight. Fries Turkish delight.
You've lost your audience, mate.
Yeah, okay. Well, prize to my lovely wife for being the Turkish lead. Okay.
Microphone near the mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's as close as I can.
Oh.
Hello. Is that better?
Your sister.
It looks a bit like fellatio.
I knew him well, Horatio.
Fellatio Nelson. That ice cream seller that I used to know.
So, Miriam Wood. 70 last week. 70. And so many people, this is genuine, my lovely darling. So many people have said to me, so she had a hard life. And maybe
Yes,
so.
with you.
Yeah, because it has mainly been with me. So I thought I'd take you through some of the early days of our existence. I suppose I treasure most, I love golf, but I treasure most the first 20 years before I met her. We met at a fireworks party at my student, the old Victorian house. I lived in this old Victorian house. There was a fireworks party we always had every year. And as she came in, and I was poignantly standing on the stepladder putting up the decorations. And I say poignantly standing on a stepladder because I never knew my real ladder. Best guess.
Very good.
Anyway, our eyes met. Beautiful, sensitive, sexy, kind, great sense of humour, and it was love at first sight. To be fair, it was longer for me. But she had her qualities. Cooking. It turned out that she was an amazing cook. And I remember.
Past tense.
Yeah, she is an amazing cook. I remember the very first time she came to my room, and I said, "I've made you a cup of tea," and she said, "What's that behind your back?" And a tea recipe. We were very different, and one of the main differences between us was our communing with nature. So I was brought up in my teens in the smoke in London, and in nature, the things I could only name like two things: daddy long legs and bird. That was about it. And then I met Liz, who didn't just like go for nature walks, but she had a favourite butterfly. And I was like, so what? You got a favourite butterfly? And she said, yeah. And I had a London accent in those days. And we go for walks. And she'd say things like, shh. I go, what? And she'd go, there. I go, what? She'd go, just there. I go, what is it? And she'd go, it's a speckled Jack by the hedge meadow grass. Gatekeeper. I go, what is? She said, a mushroom. I said, why are we whispering? It's a mushroom. I tried to get better at identifying stuff, and I used to try and impress her. I have to say, unsuccessfully, because I knew the sorts of things she liked to look at, and I'd be like, me, I just saw a massive orchid, and her, how big was it? Me, about 15 foot. Her, did it have a trunk? Me, yeah, it did, it had a trunk. Her, it was a tree. Anyway, we were very different in very many ways. I was physically awkward. Genuinely, I was. No, really, truly, I was. You laugh, but I was. I used to dance like a frog in a blender. But,
Did you hear that? He used to dance like a frog in a blender.
and she could, correct me if I'm wrong, from stand over and put her palms on the ground behind her. As it happens, we never found a use for it. You know, theatre, you go to like, how much to get in? 20 quid. But my wife can, still 20
Maybe
quid.
still do
And we used to go on holidays in the Lake District, and she was like a mountain goat. It wasn't a great look, but it meant that she could like climb stuff, and she, sorry, I'm just, yeah, I've just reminded myself, talking of going places, that of our differences, that we weren't the same in many ways, and one of the ways in which we weren't the same was that one of us had navigational skills, and the other of us didn't have navigational skills. And correct me if I'm wrong, my dear, if this happened, that I decided that we decided we were going to go on holiday to Nice and drive there via Calais, and this is before sat-nav, and she had the atlas on her knee, and at one point I said to her, darling, the signs are all in Danish. And she said, I can't look down, I feel sick when I look down.
That bit's true.
Anyway, we fell in love, of course, and eventually I said to her, my darling, Ms. Love of my life, queen of my heaven, designated carer, will you marry me? Terms and conditions apply. The value of husbands may go down as well as so she took me home to meet her family, and so I still remember meeting her dad, Frank, and they lived in an isolated bit of Derby, and her dad, I have to say, just fair, came across as a little bit serious, a bit dour maybe, a bit of a careful man maybe, with, say, money.
Giant bastard.
Yeah. And anyway, to see if I was like suitable husband material, one day he decided to take me out to the local country pub for a half pint in his Reliant Robin 3x3, and we didn't have much in common. Me and her dad. He was 5'6" and I was 6'4". He was precise and careful and neat and coordinated. And I was 6'4". But there was one thing. Can you just stand up, my darling? There was one thing which gently pulled us, these polar opposites, together. One beautiful, fresh, innocent, lovely, bubbly shed. Beer.
Marston's pedigree.
Ah.
I still remember the day he went to hospital with a heart attack. And sorry to remind you of this, darling, and then we got the phone call that you're always dreading. We had to go down to the charity shop and get his clothes back. So.
It's a long time ago, thank God. And And I still have them.
It didn't fit anyone else, that was a shame. Anyway, that was 48 years ago, and here we are, still together, and despite all her faults. And she's now 70, so would you like to charge your glasses and wish with me, happy birthday, Miss!
Happy birthday, Miss! Hooray! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.